another TCB Spotlight. I'm here with Piotr Orzechowski. Orzechowski, butchered your name again, Peter. So I met you 11 years ago when you were just getting going, your first trip to the US, I think it was, and you said to me I was the first guy you met after the immigration official. So Infermedica, right? It's you are a symptom checking company which does a lot more.
Yep.
Tell me where you are now.
Yes, thanks, Matt. So we're now 200 people. Our team has grown into US from the moment we met for the first time. It's been already more than 11 years since we started the company. We work with over 100 partners in different places in the world. We support 24 language versions. We have 35 countries where you can find Infermedica. And we're passionate about helping patients find the right level of care when they're feeling unwell.
All right, so the patient experience, right, is that you are entering information into a chatbot, you're getting information back about your symptoms. Couple of things that you do, right? One is that you're predominantly a sort of deterministic mathematical model of how to do that. And the second is that you primarily work via API, so we don't see the name Infermedica so much. So explain how that patient experiences your product and where you show up in their world.
Of course. So we integrate with different portals, with different apps. There are different ways of integrating Infermedica into your workflow. But let's take as an example a patient portal. When you're feeling unwell, you can go to your portal, you can enter your chief complaint. So for example, I'm having headache, maybe stomach pain. We'll ask some additional questions about associated factors, risk factors, medications. And based on this, we have this reasoning algorithm that will take you through a series of questions which try to imitate the way clinicians would ask questions. And based on that, we present you a results page that includes a triage recommendation. So this is where you should go, when you should go there, along with a list of most likely diseases. Obviously, we did not replace medical diagnosis, but we found out that showing likely conditions as part of the result just makes this more trustworthy and actionable for patients.
Right. So also, you hired a new guy. Tell me about the guy sitting next to you.
So that's Marcus, our VP of Marketing, leading our commercial efforts and spreading the word about Infermedica in the world.
So Marcus, you've been around the block. You were at Evolent, XG, Lumeris. You've been doing this, plus your Iron Man stuff.
Yeah, plus that.
Plus that too. So tell me, what was special about Infermedica?
Yeah, so definitely two key things. Number one, the opportunity to really scale globally and help Piotr and the team bring what is such a powerful tool that has so much potential across the globe, and the culture. We really kind of pride ourselves on just being a culture of empathy and really actually having that come through in our product. So those two things for me are what brought me here. And we're, as Piotr mentioned, 35 countries now, over 24 languages. As we continue to kind of commercialize across the globe, particularly here in the US, in Europe, and Australia, we're really excited about all the opportunities that we have to bring our API product that is world class, and I'm thrilled to lead that charge.
All right, so Peter, one thing that's changed, a couple of things have changed since we last spoke. Number one, a couple of the big competitors aren't here anymore, notably Babylon, right, which went for a huge amount of money, did a bunch of other stuff other than symptom checking, but kind of was like the probably best known one in the field for many years. And the second is this thing called large language models, which I don't understand, but something to do with AI, and there's a question as to how that's going to change the kind of the kind of rules-based symptom checking that you've done. So can you tell me a bit, what is the landscape now for things like symptom checking, and how is the technology and the experience going to change because of the technology changing?
Right, so of course the landscape has evolved a little bit, but I think there are some great companies in this space still. Don't take me wrong, there are like some particular things in every company excels. What makes Infermedica unique though is that we are API first. So we're not a B2C app, we are a customizable enterprise service that you can easily integrate into whatever system you have, from EHR to patient portal to mobile app and so on. And we do it in 24 language versions. So there is a pretty extensive language support that we provide as well, aside of course of the quality and accuracy of our triage technology.
Can you say a bit about some of the customers? You mentioned Optum here and some others. So.
Yeah. So we have over 100 partners here. In the US in particular, we're really, really proud to work with Microsoft. So we're providing Infermedica as part of the triage engine behind HealthBot, which is part of Microsoft offering. We work with Optum, in particular Reliant Group, which is part of Optum. Other great partners like Solve, Transcarent, just to name a few. And globally, of course, we work also with statutory insurance companies, with governments such as the Ministry of Health in Poland, in Qatar, many different types of public payers.
And then the bit about the asked about the large language models and the sort of the evolution of AI. How is that impacting what you're going to be doing?
I think that's a completely new paradigm of how AI is going to be developed. It's huge. In our case, like, what does it mean for us? We're building a medical device. So the accuracy and the safety of the advice we give to patients is beyond anything. It's like of the utmost importance. And this is why we want to build a hybrid solution where we stick to our reasoning capabilities in the medical device, which is like curated by a team of over 50 doctors on a daily basis. We want to keep this as a foundation, but on top of it, we want to add language abilities, generative AI kind of model, which will create a much more natural interface with the patient himself or herself. So imagine like a perfect chatbot, where Infermedica is still the engine that drives the conversation, but the ability to understand your chief complaints, to remember the topic of your last conversation, like making it like much more personable and understandable. This is exactly how we want to use large language models. Internally, we call it the empathy layer. So we put this empathy layer on top of our API, which is the reasoning and triage layer.
Brilliant. All right, last question. You guys raised 30 million a couple of years ago. You've been taking that sort of slow approach and raised the 500 million from the Saudis or whatever couldn't happen. But on the other hand, you're a venture-backed company. So what can we expect for the future of Infermedica as a business? Where do you think you're going to end up?
Yeah, so we're growing well, and we have a great appetite to roll out our technology to the entire world. Of course, there's a long way ahead of us. When it comes to funding, there will be next rounds. Not soon, because we still have a decent runway ahead of us, and we have goals that we want to hit. But back to your point, we always took the rational approach, right? And I think, especially in the current circumstances and current macroeconomic trends, that's what made our company a stable and reliable place to grow.
Right, fantastic. We're Piotr Orzechowski. I can put your name yet again, and Marcus Gordon from the company's Infermedica, which is I would call it a slow burner, but now really doing very well in that whole symptom checking plus market, which I think is, as we run out of providers and need more patients to do self-service, is going to continue to be a great place. So, James, good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks.